Hey y'all, it's your girl Linda. Ba-rum-bum-bum-bum. Welcome to the pod where we keep it real and simple. No fancy words, just the real deal on fraud. Let's get into it. So what had happened was someone called the bank upset about a bunch of charges. They swear that it make them, but after a little digging, it turns out their kid was buying add-ons in a game, or their family member had access to the account. This happens all the time. Charges from Apple, Google Play, Xbox, Fortnite, you name it. And it's easy to miss until you check your balance and see, oh, $4.99, $9.99, or $79.99, right? Those games can get real expensive, I know. And let's be real, sometimes parents hand over the iPad just to get 10 minutes of quiet, and I get it. Nothing wrong with that, but you've got to know what they're clicking because those little taps, they add up. But here's the issue. From the bank's point of view, the purchase came from your device, your IP address, your login information, right? Here's the gray area. Is it fraud? Not really. It's unauthorized, sure, but not unauthorized by a stranger, right? That's a big difference when it comes to disputes. Banks often deny these because there's no third-party fraud. It came from inside the house. It'll be a parent saying, there's $200 worth of charges from Apple. I didn't buy anything. And once we check the timestamps, it's all on one device in, maybe a 10-minute window. Turns out it was a kid playing a game, tapping buy without realizing they were spending real money, right? That unicorn skin in Roblox, not worth the chargeback. These are the kinds of cases where parents feel blindsided, I feel, and I get it as a parent myself. But from the back end, it doesn't look like a hack. What it looks like is normal activity, right? This happens a lot. And what I'll say is when it does, start with the merchant. Call Apple or Google. They have refund policies for accidental purchases, but they're limited by time. So when it does occur, don't wait. Reach out as soon as you notice, right? Also, check if you can enable purchase approval or passcodes, or I know some people have spending limits on their devices. You can add alerts for purchases or set up a family profile with permissions. It's a couple things you can do, right? The biggest thing I would say is do not save payment information to a device you don't control. And if you're not sure, ask who had access before calling it fraud. You don't want to go through a whole dispute process for something that never should have hit your account in the first place. A few minutes up front saves hours on the back end. And trust me, banks know the difference, okay? So if the charges don't make sense, pause, check the devices, ask the kids, and then call the bank. It'll save time and maybe some embarrassment, okay? That's it for now. Thanks for listening to the Fraud Report Pod. If this has helped you or someone you know, follow the pod and share it around. Until next time, bye.